Okay, you've shopped there, I've shopped there. Target facing new fallout over its Pride Month campaign. Its controversial products also up for debate, and the response to the store is moving some of those products to the back of the store, where so many customers, the majority of customers, would not even see them. More than 200 LGBTQ plus groups are calling on Target to immediately restock all Pride merchandise, anything that was taken off the floor, and to, quote, denounce extremists. That's what they're saying. The controversy began when some started boycotting the retailer over concerns about some of the Pride products, some of the things put on T-shirts, some of the swimsuits that were made for biological men identifying as women. Now the group, led by the Human Rights Coalition, says in part, quote, when it comes to advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion, there is no such thing as neutrality. Now, Target did not have an immediate comment on this latest request, but the retailer has said it has offered Pride products for more than a decade. And Niall Stanage, White House columnist for The Hill, is joining me right now. Niall, Target has long been identifying with those from the LGBTQ plus community. This is not new. In fact, it's been very public that they're supportive of those who identify as gay or transgender. But this kind of customer response is unprecedented. How much pressure is the store under to actually appease both the right, more conservative shoppers, and the left, not just shoppers, but these LGBTQ plus interest groups?
It's under an enormous amount of pressure. And it faces a really fundamental problem, which is if you involve yourself in something that is politically controversial and you present that as a statement of principle, then if you reverse from that principle, you end up offending everyone. So in this case, there were some particular garments, I think, which you mentioned in your introduction, that caused a backlash from more socially conservative Americans. Those garments, some of them, excuse me, have been removed completely. Others moved to the back of the store. That has drawn this pushback from more socially liberal people. So they have offended everyone, really, and it's not clear what the pathway out of that dilemma really is.
Yeah, it's a phenomenon because a lot of the stores are claiming that it's for safety reasons for their staff, that customers have come in and been confrontational, and that's why they moved the products that are at the front of the stores, if you live someplace like Chicago, have been moved to the back of the store. It's not a matter of restocking. But some of these groups giving the store 24 hours to respond. I believe time's up. So what do you think could happen in a worst and a best case scenario for Target?
Well, in a worst-case scenario, this kind of corporate crisis could deepen. Its stock price is down pretty significantly just in the past month. I do also want to just address the point that you mentioned, Adrienne, which is threats to staff. Those were originally apparently coming from people offended by the Pride merchandise. Then the decision to move stuff to the back of the store, according to one report, actually elicited bomb threats, I guess, from the, I don't think we can call people liberal, but, you know, from the far left side in Pennsylvania and Ohio and Utah. So, you know, it is honestly the staff that I feel sorry for. The people in the C-suites will be fine, but people working in Target are not working in Target to advance or to resist, you know, a trans agenda. And now they're facing these threats from both sides. They're in a terrible situation, really.
Yeah, and it's really hard because you're set to work a customer service job, but you might confront or might deal with, even if you're not physically threatened, but just an uncomfortable conversation with someone who doesn't understand company policy. Niall Stanage, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.